Hello, and welcome. I'm Nick, and I can't take this hat off because I put it on before my hair was dry. Uh-oh, that's my goof. Welcome to DooM WAD Travelogue. According to my notes, this is episode 50? Um, if I had done the stream last week, which I didn't because other stuff was going on, life happens. If I had done a stream last week, that would have been the 1 year anniversary of doing this stream. So weekly stream, 52 weeks year, 50 episodes in about a year. That means I did not miss that many. I'm pretty pleased about that. Um so today I thought, sort of as a celebration of that, um not that, I mean, considering the reason that we started doing these streams, that I don't necessarily want to celebrate, but hey, keeping something up for a year, I'm proud of myself. I'm impressed with myself, sort of that. So that deserves a little bit of celebration. So to celebrate that, I said, hey, let's go back to where we started with this Ding Dang series. And let's go pick up our playthrough of Ancient Aliens. Um, Here's the thing, though. When we started doing that, uh, when we started doing this, since it was the first episode, I, was kind of winging it because I love to wing tech stuff. That's just fun for me. Uh, we started playing on a different engine port client. That's the word. We started playing on a different client. So when I said to myself, "Hey, let's just move the save to where we can do it," it's not gonna let us. It just comes up here and says different version, and then throws it away. Um, so, what I did was, here's the great thing about uploading these to YouTube. I can go back and check out the archives and figure out what mess I left for myself. Um, and I'm what I'm looking at is we finished map 8 is where we left off. So we can start on map 9, and I'm thinking maybe we try it with a pistol start, and if that seems impossible, then maybe just just give us everything and then start high. Again, we're here for the exploration, not the challenge. So I think that's well within the bounds of the rules I've set for us here. So how do we cheat like that? I'm gonna say new game. I'm gonna bring us up to our main cam. Ooh. One last vision quest, applied Einstein, or you're the alien now. I'm really curious. If we just say this, not too young, for those of you joining us for the first time, uh, basically what I just said, we are here for the exploration, not for the challenge. So that means we play on easiest, we're willing to cheat, no clip. We're here to poke our noses and look at stuff. Ooh. So I kind of remembered what the last one looked like, and it was not this. This is 2 maps later. Okay, so we want to jump back to map 09. I think. Map. This was a year ago. I don't necessarily remember things. I remember this. Yes, okay. Hey, remember this with the 3, and this was a big level and castles, and this was rad as hell. Okay. So we're starting here, map 09, the Nectar Flow. sometimes you gotta make time to communicate and catch up, right? You gotta stay in touch. Staying in touch is important. Okay. What are we looking at? We're here. We're here. Okay. Time to play the game. Time to play the game. Oh, gotta limber up. Not actually. Okay. First of all, let's save over Ancient Aliens. Oh gosh, in the new thing. There. Ancient Aliens. Oh gosh. Okay, good. We're fixed that now. And we're here. 100% right level. Okay. Oh, it's not a danger start, but why are they already shooting? It feels danger start, so let me. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Well. You know what? Maybe this is totally danger start. Okay, wait. Nope, that's danger. Why is all of this happening? Oh, I really want to take a good look at the space, but this is so much noise. Okay. This room seems okay. It's only got projectile shots. Hey, exit is up there. Good. We're learning. Only got projectile shooters. 2 of them are up here, and now I have rockets. So these boys should not be a major problem. Okay. We can calm down for 2 seconds now. Oh, the fact that it wasn't actually danger start, but they did immediately start infighting. I'm sort of impressed that it was lined up that way. How are we looking? Okay. Made it through with plenty of health. Still got plenty of armor. Okay, feeling good. And we got the blue armor, which is the good stuff. And that did also, like... That was just a room full of cool weapons. So, like... You know, if I didn't know better, I would say that was catching us up to speed. I'm glad we started here. I do remember, I did not consider it. I don't necessarily consider what is setting myself up with a good place to start. I usually just leave myself a place that's fine to leave off, because, you know, like, hey, we've been going for 2 hours and I'm tired of streaming now. Let's end the stream, you know? Right, and I need to remember I have a Berserker pack so I can be saving ammo. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, we're fine. Can't get up there. Just do some of that. They were probably infighting a bunch, so probably don't even have to, like, actually deal too much damage to mop up. Can't just use Berserker on everything, because a lot of these folks are up here platforms. Aha. Okay, so now we start here. I don't remember anything I said about this WAD last time, so I'm gonna start over, probably, and boy, yes, okay, now I remember the shapes of this. This all feels right now. Now that I'm calm, this all feels right. I love just look here. Just this palette. I love this palette. Is that improperly aligned? Is that a hint about something? I don't know. But this palette. The blue, the orange, the purple. The very, Doom has always been a game about very grungy color palettes, about greens and grays and eventually reds. You know, working your way into reds as you go from... It kind of... that's fitting for the story that it told, which was like, you know, the orange and gray moons of Mars, the metal and concrete military installations, and working your way into hell, which is various tones of flesh and meat. So just to see just this, like, this isn't even that complex. It's got a little bit of like the material and texture layering we've been talking about, but mainly this just like our greenish gray like concrete is there, but the rest of it is just colors we don't usually see in Doom, and that's really refreshing. Plus, you know, it's the sort of the blue and orange, the cyan and orange. That's your action movie poster classic color combination. But then also the blue and orange, the purple and orange go very well together. So just this screen alone, looking at this color palette is a treat. These are colors that work well together. These are well chosen, and they are like simply but smartly applied to. And again, I'm looking at the back of the starting room, so because I remember this being a huge thing, like all of these custom textures here. Still a lot of browns, but again, they're shifted more towards they're more orange hue than they are green hue, which is a nice shift. I love you know, we're looking at material layering here again. It's stone precipice surrounded by this purple sludge, and you know, so okay, this purple is basically, this is a retexture of the green, right? But or just a recolor, not even a true retexture, but it looks good. Purple's a good color. Well, and again, it's a good color. Whoa, I like this. Oh, that's like stone engravings in the blue up there. I like that. Very that was a Mancubus shots. Not like it's not quite a lapis. It's aquamarine maybe. I like it. The colors up here that stand out, boy, I wonder if these are going to be... We're going to have to make our way across this at some point, aren't we? We're exploring here. I just love this. I am psyched to be back here. Because I remember this being, like, amazing. Both in terms of just having like really clever gameplay. I still remember the like, if you want to ask me about, and I do want to get into this a little bit, you know, as I was saying, like maybe we treat this like a 1 year anniversary show or something, but like, you want to talk about like a retrospective on this show, you want to talk about things that I still think are highlights. I still think of in that first episode when we were playing the map from this WAD that had, what did it have? It had the whoa, plasma recolors. Okay. Right. Where like the entire floor of the whole map lowered as we press switches, and you know, instead of doors like okay, you want to talk about it like mechanically, it was you know, doors opening to expand the map, and just sort of like you refresh the space and you're traversing the same spaces, but you have just like opened doors to expand that space and you know, sort of just add to it. Not even like really like reshaping, not closing off, not taking you to a new area, but just adding new spaces that affect the way that you explore that whole space to begin with, right? But just like my reaction to that was so like, so like that's what it was. But the idea of like sort of subverting that by, instead of just, you know, plainly opening doors, but actually like, you know, flipping that script and being like, no, the whole floor is lowering so that, you know, new areas are revealed. That was such a novel and refreshing and, you know, at the time kind of like shocking way to reveal that. And that was cool. And I still remember the just like being so psyched from it, just like, oh my god, can you look at what is happening? And that's like, oh, thank you. I thought I was gonna do more than that, but okay. I love these side rooms out here. Like we have this like we were looking at this, which is very like half tech, half carved, all very like sort of man-made. But with the fluid, the water makes it feel very natural as well. Also, you know, carved into the stone. Stone is natural. Concrete is not. But then you come into these side rooms out here, and like, look at this thing. This thing is like open air. This thing is, you know, we have all the sunset. We have the cacti out there, which I'm assuming those are just tall sprites. They look good. It looks good, and it's like going between the rooms. You have contrast with like what it's decorated with, because this one is decorated with indoor, like, you know, designed spaces, and this one is, you know, outdoor skybox, very natural spaces, very like, you know, rooms adjacent to each other, but you go from cramped interiors to like implied exteriors, and it's really good. Oh, I really like that. I like going between those. That is nice. God, that was a year ago that we were playing this. Man, my sense of time is so warped to begin with. Like, you know, people who have, you know, been really able to stick to, you know, stay at home, quarantine at home, self-isolate guidelines. Like, I'm sure everyone who's been doing that has had a really warped sense of time this year. It's been doubly weird for me because honestly, stay at home as much as you can is like my guiding life principle in the first place. I'm very much a listen. If there is an alternate universe where I do become a straight up like Japanese hikikomori kind of person, it's probably not great, but at the same time, I don't know if I would like complain about that, because I'm weird like that. Okay, don't grab that. I couldn't anyway. That did something. What did that do? Hey, something. Did it let them out? It might have let them out. Okay, well, I don't know. Sense of time, right? But like, woo, hey, what's up? But like for me, sense of time has always been weird, and so now a lot of other people. Sense of time in this past year has been weird. Whether you already had a strained relationship with time or not, I guess is the actual setup line I'm trying to deliver here. And like for me, basically anything outside of a 2-week range, I have trouble keeping track of anyway. So you want to tell me we were playing this a year ago? Like, okay, we could have been playing it, you know, about 3 months ago, and it would feel the same to me. I remember that much. I have forgotten that much. But like, you know. That's the way that it always is for me. But you know, everybody else who, you know, has been able to follow, you know, stay at home, self-isolate. We're having a quiet year where nothing happens. Like everybody is sort of getting a taste of that particular dysfunction. Do we call that like a time dysfunction when you don't feel time? Time feels weak, you know? I want that, but there's this tiny gate here. How could I possibly traverse that tiny gate? Okay, now we're up. Oh boy. Okay, where are we here? So... Okay, so this is the end of the hallway. We come around out here. We came up those steps and out here. And now we're going into this upper tier, upper plateau, the sort of balcony area, because that's the original hallway. Okay, okay. I'm thinking eventually we're gonna go across this one. That's my guess. Boys, there's just folks everywhere. Not hard folks, but folks everywhere. And yeah, and that's been hard, you know, to just like, man, like, you know, my family is very close. I still live with my parents. You know, we've always been close. We've always, you know, done holiday stuff and decorations, and we have a lot of, you know, yearly traditions. And like, it was so weird this year because we were all like still at home and together for the holidays, you know, and there were like Thanksgiving. Sometimes we have to figure out Thanksgiving. Like, okay, you know, we're having 3 Thanksgivings because we have to go here and have one. We have to go to this home and have one. We got to go over there and have one with just the friends. And like this year that didn't happen. We just had the one at home, and it was like, but like it still felt wrong. Like it wasn't actually easier to have those, you know, because like even for Christmas, this is you know, we do Christmas around here, and this is the first year that we didn't go out to get a tree, because like it was, you know, I try really hard to not, you know, right now to you know, the guidelines only go out for absolute essentials. That's what I've been trying to stick to. And absolute essentials is basically like groceries and doctor's appointments, and that's about it. Anything else is like no. Like, do I need to go to the store? Like, okay, good. What am I trying to think? Because, you know, all right. First of all, I'm not kind of like to go out in the first place, but like, you know, midnight Taco Bell runs just to like get out of the house, just to get some fresh air, there's something about a midnight car ride for junk food that is very, I don't know, that is the activity that has always felt like boy, what's the word? I don't want to drop down here because none of these have a way to get back. So I just keep looking at these 3 entrances. All right, now we have this middle tier. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if there's anything to do out here. But like, since it's a thing like from when I first got my license, right? And I started driving. Oh, there is ways back. Okay, this is fine. Ow, this is not fun. The thing was like, okay, I have my license, I have my car now. What is the thing that I can do to sort of, you know, that was bad. That was very bad. What is the thing that I can do to sort of to exercise my freedom, exercise my ability to traverse myself? That's not the way I mean to use those verbs. That's not the right subject predicate alignment. Convey myself, maybe. It's just like, oh, I can get myself around now. I have a newfound sense of freedom. That's, you know, I know America is like a big car heavy country, and I definitely feel that. I think there is still something messed up about like, oh right, name the cars after the horses because everyone still wants to be a cowboy. I don't necessarily want to be like, you know, justice in my own hands cowboy, but the idea of just like, no, there is a certain sense of like a certain sense of like self-determination, self-freedom, being able to, a sense of agency. You know, people do need a, whether you want to be a cowboy or, you know, something reasonable, there is something about having a sense of, it is, you know, mentally healthy to have a sense of agency, to be able to, like, you know, make decisions about yourself, to not be totally at the whims of like, okay, who can drive you, who can pick you up, where do the trains run, can you afford bus fare, you know. There's a lot of things where you're sort of at the whims of other people, but basically, like, you know, say what you will about, you know, other parts of American culture, but the idea of like, hey, if you have a car and you can afford gas, you can basically go anywhere you want. There is like a no, all right, bad waterfall, nothing behind it. Oh, stuff on top of it though. Then you have a sense of freedom. You can be like, all right, I'm not locked in anymore. I can go where I want. And like, okay, when you're waterfall that tells you there's something behind it, now we're talking. No, I like mushing my face into waterfalls. Oh, the other one has something too, but you're just trapped. Boy, and the candles, boy, it's really telegraphing that. That's fine. It put it in here. I just thought about it, and then it was like, nah, I'll put it in here, but it'll be, you know, main path. All right, that's fine. But yeah, it's like a sense of freedom, a sense of liberation, a sense of self-agency, a self-determination. That's, I think that is something that that's a human experience, not necessarily like a United States culture experience, you know. So, what big things are going to come out of these things I don't like? That's what I was expecting. No, we're fine. Actually, we're fine. There were lots of soldiers down there. Wow, these are just rooms of imps, huh? Imp rooms, got it. But yeah, so like this thing that, you know, I don't think it's strictly an American experience, but, you know, maybe the American take on the feeling is the car is the. So okay, so right, that's where I was going with that. So for me, the expression of that was the, you know, midnight drive-through run. You know, it's like, all right, we're going out. We don't even need to get out of the car. We're just gonna drive up, get like, you know, 12 cheeseburgers for $12, and then come right back, knock it out of the car, maybe park in a parking lot and just, you know, look at the stars for a bit. And I'm sure I've talked about this before, but I did pizza delivery for a while, and whoa, do these colors mean something? I don't know, but it's pretty. I did pizza delivery for a while, and one of the things that, kind of the only thing I miss about that job is that why is that pillar here? What does this mean? Is there a switch behind it? I did something. Whoa, whoa. Okay. I like that specifically. Blocking that wall is what told me that there was something that would be accessible about that wall, you know? That might be what they call a contraindication. Like, that's not a contraindication. Okay, now we're up here. Okay, I kind of remember that. This place is so I do remember from the last time we played that these maps definitely had that sense of like, okay, it is like, this author likes to use tiered rooms. So like, we start down here, and then like adjacent room that lets us up, and then we go in the upper balcony, and adjacent upper, and then, you know, kind of keep going, spiraling around like that. This one is still doing that, but like in a more complex way, and like spreading those out, and like, it's been a little while since we saw this room, wasn't like immediately adjacent to it, you know? Come on, that's definitely a thing. All right, whatever. Oh wait, it's gonna be how we get back up. It's gonna be how we get back up. Oh, hi. We're good. I like doing that dance. I do like fighting Mancubi now because you just get that dance of like, it's like you can stand between the bullets and the bullets go here, 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 and you can just dance in between. Extremely dangerous dance, the lambada. No! That probably did more damage to myself than they did. You know what? Those suits do a lot of damage though. And this is on easy and you just threw 2 at me? Rude. I'm gonna save right here. That's lava. That's but so yeah, like you know, I keep basically the thing that I do. I am very much a homebody. There's not much that I care to go out for. That it's like no, I want to stay home. I want to play games. I want to watch cartoons. The only things that I really go out for is to like spend time with my friends. We like to get together and play video games. I like to play video games in person. I really am not a fan of, you know, online matchmaking, playing with pubs. I'm really not a fan of that whole structure. Xbox Live was a mistake. But like going out with friends or going to other friends' houses, honestly. Getting together to play games. Going to restaurants. I like food. I find food necessary and important. What am I saying? But like going to restaurants, that's like the way that I support local businesses. Usually it is like going to restaurants, not just, you know, midnight fast food, but before, like, you know, birthdays and anniversaries and, you know, doing bigger sit-down dining experience is, wow, I'm nearly dead. That's definitely a, you know, something I like to treat myself with and my family, and that's one of our like honestly, that is sort of the tradition that feels like has been missed most this year, is that basically for everyone's birthday we have their favorite restaurant and we go to it, you know, and so we miss that on all the birthdays. And then doctor's appointments, I guess we still do that, but like, yeah, like the only things that I would, that was okay, that closed. What? Okay, it dumped me back out here. Wow, so if that dumped me back out here, where the heck were we just? Where the heck were we just? Because okay, you see the way that's put in there? I have a feeling warp zone trickery just occurred. Oh, now yeah, we got time. We got time, and this is already cleared out for the most part. So if I can remember where, this is not where we went. That's new. Okay, hang on. Let's see if I can speed run back to that spot. Okay, so we go up here, through the waterfall, into the cave, around, good. Wait, up here, through here, through here. Oh no, it's just in here somehow. That's just a very narrow path. That's like right. No, that. No, yeah, this must be very, very specific use of 3D floor. Wow. Wow, that is more work than I would have recommended, is maybe the way I would say it. Wow, yeah, because that's... According to the map, we actually were there. I think we just basically walked through that. I wonder if maybe that's what the clunking noise was. What if this, like, physically moves to make room for that? Yeah, because we basically went... Oh, we were here. Yeah, and then across through that. Wow. Like, I know this, like, partially just from the way that DooM works, but just sneaking a tiny walkway through, like, overhead corridors, block, like it almost feels like a... This is one for you Trekkies out there. It almost feels like a Jeffries tube type situation, because I would look at this and just be like, oh, there's just blocks. That's just a normal piece of the environment. But like, no, there's a walkway hidden right here in a way that for DooM is very picky and complicated to do. Huh? Cool. Let's see what this does. Come on, yellow key. All right, we did it. But what did it do? All right, I guess we gotta go look around now. Did it lift a bridge in this room somewhere? I don't know. Is this new? Oh, maybe. All right, what was I going on about? Missing going out, missing doing stuff, missing yearly traditions. Right. So this year felt so weird because like timing was off. Traditions were missed. We didn't go out to get a Christmas tree. That was like like, first of all, I don't even know like when we looked for, you know, because we live next to a farm, so we basically just go, you know, down the block to go get our Christmas tree. And so normally, like, we just keep an eye on it, and when we see the trees go up, and when we see like them start to thin out a bit, that's when we go, okay, it's time to go get our tree before they're all gone. But we hadn't been going out, so we didn't really have an eye on it, so we like didn't notice. And I guess we're going down here. Oh, this is I remember this. So like, I actually still don't know if we were just too late getting a tree and we just missed it, or if like they didn't even, you know, fully offer trees this year in the first place. That's also, either way, something that has been like a yearly tradition, you know, since my childhood, just didn't happen. And so, you know, a holiday, you know, happened, family, we did, you know, some amount of gift giving, but like, you know, Christmas especially, it's like, no, that's when we go, again, we go to like 6 different parties between different families and relatives, and we go and we get the tree and we do this and we have fancy dinner, and like 60% of the holiday didn't happen. We watched Christmas Mass on a live stream, and like, honestly, I was kind of into that. Compared to going out, because again, hey, me, but like that it it was fine, but it didn't feel right. And it's like we're all still waiting because we know time proceeds when certain things happen, and a version of those things happened this year for the most part, but a lot of them didn't. I don't know. I'm not like a big conventions guy, but I can totally imagine that, like, hey, all of your conventions that normally, maybe stuff like, wow, that's a lot of folks that were hidden right there. Folks who are big convention hoppers. The last thing we did was go to PAX East, which, you know, just based on like income at the time and whatever, that was going to be like our last one for the foreseeable future anyway, which was a bummer. But there are people for whom that's a yearly occurrence. Video game sites going out and doing E3 stuff. And that's like things put on by those like groups happened, but it was not the conventions. You didn't go out to the flights, you didn't see all the friends that you only see once a year anyway. It's like, and so like, yeah, it was like, oh, that thing didn't happen, so we're not at that part. Your brain just goes, oh, we're not at that part of the year. I guess that part of the year didn't happen yet. And like, I'm the kind of person who is very sensitive to changes in schedule anyway. No, I'm not, but I know people who are. I say like I am. I'm really not. I don't have a schedule. I don't have like a wake up, and I don't have like morning and nighttime traditions or rituals or whatever. I wake up at a different time every day, and I go to bed at a different time every night, and I do different things every day. That's like I have to force myself for at least a month to do something before my brain says like, oh, it's time to do the thing. It's time to stay on schedule. We're still looking for a red key, aren't we? Oh boy. But like for the people who are like very like schedule sensitive, like, yeah, this has been kind of a mind trip, because it's just like even just things like daily commute. How many people have been messed up because they're used to taking driving every day, or taking the bus at least once a week, or it's just so many things that, wait, we were already, wait, what? Okay. Haven't I checked out yet? Let's check the map in a minute. Alright, that's monsters, so there's something over here. But what? Do we come back to the start or something? Actually, now that I'm putting the pieces together, saying them in close connection to each other, like, I don't know which way the causality goes, but like, as somebody who has trouble with, sensing the passage of time, combined with I'm also somebody who like doesn't really have strong schedules and has trouble forming a strong sense of schedule. I bet those are related. Not sure how, but I bet they're related. Interesting. Curious. Alright. I hit this, and this did something, and I have no idea what. I finally touched it. Did we go? Oh, we gotta leap off and get down there. That's what we gotta do, isn't it? Alright. That's something that is only accessible by being up here. Got it. Let's try that. Oh yeah, no, the dots on the ground saying. So it's double movement, right? Because it's the blinking, but then the texture is also animated, so it all just kind of became noise, and I didn't quite notice it. Okay, okay, this looks different. Okay, good. So maybe that's like why I wouldn't say I've thrived in this, but like there wasn't like a lot of like, you know, super like mental well-being necessary stuff I feel like I've missed out on this year. Like the again, really the thing I've missed most is like, okay, there are some restaurants that I haven't been to in over a year because I missed going to them for the birthday. Birthdays, multiple different. But also like I want to go to the mall. I want to go to like our comic shop and just do what I always do, which is look at all of the stuff on the shelf and then not actually buy anything anyway. Not even necessarily because like I go home and like, you know, look for it cheaper online. Like no, if I see something in the store that I like, I'll usually just buy it right then and there and support local or whatever. Especially, you know, helps if I do actually just like the people running the store. It definitely helps. But like yeah, I keep saying that the only things I really am looking forward to when, you know, enough of the population is vaccinated and it's really like safe to go out again, responsible to go out again. When my civic duty is no longer to stay home and stop, you know, help stop the spread, then the like thing that I'm looking forward to most is like, okay, we're going to go to this restaurant for, you know, to make up for missing out on birthday. I'm gonna take these friends and go to this diner because that's the thing that we as friends like doing and haven't done in a year. And I'm gonna go to the arcade, and that's about it. And that'll be fun and fine. I hit that switch, right? Was there another one? This was an interesting little fight. I kind of like this space. It's like 2 rooms, low and high. This is an interesting feeling. So, it's also very long and wide. Look at that. And this map isn't symmetrical. That's good. Like the middle started to feel symmetrical there with that sort of like pier right in the middle there, but no, this is a nice map. It's nice. That's where I'm at today. All right, if I walk up to it, will it open? No, this is not a face check kind of thing. Looking for blinking lights. Is there anything I have to walk through any of these? I almost called them windmills. They're waterfalls. Is it time? Do I have to hit it and run? I have to hit it and run. Okay. Yes. Time. Hit it and run. Got it. Okay. Boy, the chain gun can stutter them, but super shoddy, if you are close enough, really just takes them down quick. Alright, what do I gotta do to lower that? Because I can't grab them. That looks like a switch. Nope. I can do that. Please don't come close enough for splash damage to affect. Okay. But yeah, so like I've kind of, again, I wouldn't say I've like thrived, but like I think it has been sort of like mentally easier for me than most to deal with lockdown, quarantine, stay at home stuff. So are you okay? Broken wall. Look like a secret. Is this the way we needed to go? Oh, this might have been the mandatory way to go. That's interesting. Forced secrets. I don't usually feel good about like forced secrets. But that one was kind of clear. It had lights on it, had candle, it had sun, it had different texture. Okay. Do I hit this again? Oh, hey, there's something over there. I'm glad that they had those yellow things move up, because that was a big, close movement that was easy to see and made you look this way and ask questions this way. Oh, that's the big one. That's the big one. Do I still have this? Okay. This isn't the exit. The exit sign was all the way out back there. What is... Whoa. Okay. Fight our way out. Okay. No, that's cool. This is fine. This makes a lot of sense. And like it is like, hey, fight your way out through these big waves of enemies, but also like they're not that big, they're not that complex. It's been big waves of these simple enemy. Like none of these are even projectile based. He's projectile based, but also he's behind this big, basically meat wall that is doing more to protect me than to help them, you know? Oh, please. All right, we're having a rocket duels. Is it two different kinds of rockets? Oh my god, it is. The ones with smoke are the ones at home. I've noticed that not everyone homes, but I never noticed that only the homing ones had smoke before. Wow, you learn something new every day. Look at that. Alright, so we have blue. Blue basically go straight back this way, and that's that. That's probably been a switchable that tells us blue. Okay. Rude! Yeah, waste your time picking fools up. Jerk. I don't know. I'm glad that other people are gonna get sort of returned to the thing they want, that they need to be healthy. I'm looking forward to those little things, but like, no, okay. I started talking about this because of something about a sense of time. About how this whole time has felt weird. Oh, we walked out of it from the top. Okay. Yeah. You know, hopefully. Right. So it's been a year of doing these streams, and it hasn't really. It's been a year since we played this one. It hasn't really felt like it. I think I guess the point I was going around to was like, for me, like it doesn't really feel like a year because, you know, I have a sense of time anyway, but now everybody else probably has a similar feeling because of how, you know, people's sense of time and year passing has all been messed with. But yeah, no, we've played a bunch of WADs. We've done a bunch of stuff. We've seen a bunch of things. I don't know if I would say I've gotten like better at this, but it's been a bit of a ride. It's been inspiring in ways. I think I would hope that I've like gotten my skills of just like observing and analyzing have improved from doing this. I would hope. You know, not every time, but I think the people who have shown up have usually enjoyed what we're doing here, and if not always DooM, you know, I've run a bunch of again, talking about like replacing yearly traditions, like New Year's Eve, like, so okay, for something like New Year's Eve, we would always get together and play games, you know, and watch the ball drop anyway, right? But like this year we did it online and I ran it here, and I think maybe I've gotten a little better at being a presenter and running streams like this, and in a really weird way become more sociable, because maybe this, like, you know, the part that has always been like the struggle for me in terms of, is there a secret there? Oh no, it's just a rocket launcher there. No, why'd I touch it? It was a trap. Like the thing that I've always had trouble with is like reading people and anticipating their responses, and you know, you'd think you're gonna tell a joke that's gonna be funny, and then people don't find it funny. Maybe people find it offensive. I'm the kind of person where when that does happen, I'll apologize, because I do not mean to be offensive. I don't think whatever friendly joke I was trying to make is worth being offensive. I don't think that, you know, the ability to the freedom to make bad jokes is more important than being nice to other people. That's kind of just like my stance on it in general. I wonder if that's going to be an out teleporter then, if this is the way that we're supposed to go. Nope, this is... That takes us back up here? This was the start. What? Anyway. So, okay, real quick though, using power-ups to point you at the, like, intended path that will help you progress. We've seen it like twice now today. You also see it all the time in like Mario games, where they'll, like, if you need to take a blind jump off screen, it's not actually blind because they'll give you coins in the like safe arc. Love to see it. Love to see it. Known level design techniques. Use small power-ups to let them know what to do. To breadcrumb them, if you will. That one goes. That one doesn't. Okay. What? Okay, so now I know how to recognize the difference. Now I can start looking for the pattern and figure out how to make them not fire homing missiles, because that's what really, that's why I was like, oh no, the chainsaw is good because they stop firing missiles. I only care about getting them to stop firing homing missiles. So if there's a more consistent way to do that, I can change my whole approach. This is good. I love this castle look out here. Like almost a little like, this is like an open air Gothic cathedral kind of look. I don't know what Gothic cathedrals are actually like. I don't know history. I know game design, not history. Please. I bet I would like stuff like that. Looking into the whole. I mean, I started going down that path for the. Looking into the Memphis Design School of Architecture, which like was not built for malls, but you may know it because of malls. That sort of like mall vaporwave aesthetic. The very like we're gonna have a pool of water, like an artificial pond, but you know, made of very clean, you know, geometric, you know, smooth marble slabs around it. So it's like it is like doing naturalistic features in the most like synthetic man-made way conceivable. I am about that. Look at how I like DooM. Look at what we're doing here with rivers and rock sides that are all built out of like straight flat lines, you know? This is same thing. So this is basically a mall to me, is what I'm saying, I guess. It's just make it white, pink, and cyan. And you look at that sky, and we're pretty close, actually. Just too much green. Palm trees. I don't know. The System 2 logo from certain, like, era Sega games, I think. But hey, you got elevated. Close. Fine. that was a tangent. Oh, hey, this is how we get up here. Cool. I'm gonna guess this is yellow key. That's yellow key. I've got, right, I was talking about how I think that this is like, let's say if I haven't thrived, I've grown. How about grown? Grown is a nice sort of like low tier positive, because like I always feel I have problems with here. Okay, let's go back and try. I feel like I have problems socializing, and that comes from like the you ever feel like you know when you meet somebody and you try to have a conversation, it's just like, oh, we're just not on the same page here. Okay, but have you ever like been in a room at a party and you're like, oh, I'm the only person on the page that I'm on here. I'm not fitting in with anybody. I can't connect with anybody. That's like the feeling that I'm usually on. And like what I've sort of narrowed it down to is a lot of that comes from like not like anticipation like foresight, but anticipation like it's like, oh, here's the thing that I like, and I'm going to talk about it like this, and this is going to be a oh, I am in trouble here. Let's leave. Health. Good. All right, we're good. Now we're good. Now we're not great yet. Oh my gosh. Let's just put pellets. Like I'm at a freaking petting zoo. I just want to put pellets everywhere. Why are they letting me walk behind that switch? No, please, no. Fine, if you're free, then Rocket's free. Like a jet fighter. I've been burned before, is what it is. And I feel like I've been burned since like a young age, where I'm like, oh, let me tell this funny joke. I think you'll enjoy this. And then, nope. So many times, just like whatever I think is going to land well, just doesn't. At best, it's kind of awkward because just like, no, actually, I'm not interested in that. But at worst, can like straight up offend without meaning to, and like scares me off of like trying to socialize. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna cause offense without meaning to. The safer move is to just not say anything, And I think that's why doing these streams has like see, that's the thing. I don't know how much it's helped, because it is still like, what it does is it cuts out that direct connection, right? Because like I'm sitting here and I'm recording this with basically no live audience. Like I run these in the middle of the day for that reason. So there's no live audience, and I can just kind of say whatever's on my mind. If I say something that like, by now I'm starting to learn like, no, that's the kind of thing that when I say it, it gets, taken. I won't even necessarily say like misinterpreted. That's interesting. So it depends on how you like to assign blame for miscommunication, because it's either misinterpreted, which the mistake is on the part of the listener, or it is like misspoken, misformed, miscommunicated, which is a fault on the part of the speaker. I find a lot of cases of miscommunication are not anybody's fault, but they are just like a natural result of people like not being on the same page, having different like cultural contexts and different connotations for words. But that's something you could keep an eye on to learn like somebody's nature, is to whether they say like, I didn't say it right, or you didn't hear me right, And that's the thing, like I have grown to be somebody who says like, if I say something, I'm used to like what I'm saying being misinterpreted, but I take that as like I did not say it in a way that communicates it clearly, right? That's kind of where I'm at. Hey, what's up, Mochi? You caught me on a very retrospective day. We're going over it. It's been 50 streams. Last week was the 1 year anniversary, and I am just very self-reflective today because, you know, what else do you do on a 1 year anniversary stream? More of that guy, huh? And he's gonna be all the way up there? Cool. Gross. Not a fan. I could be doing this smarter, I bet. Yeah, that what if though shirt is really good. I did not know that she had ordered it. I also kind of want one. I either want that one or there was another one from that game that was really, really good. No! Oh, if I gotta roll back to a save point, then I gotta roll back to conversation too. No, I won't do that to you. Don't worry about it. It's really the start of the level. Okay. Oh, that's all right. We know things now. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, like the thing about running a stream like this is that, you know, I generally have a very small or very, if I do have an audience, thank you for showing up today. It's always glad to have company. It's like I either have a very small audience, or at the very least I have a very sort of manicured audience. You know, I can invite people to come watch. I can, you know, ban anybody who is not matching the vibe that I'm trying to set up. I have a lot of control over it. I know, sort of like as a more general thing, I have like control issues anyway, but I think it's because in a lot of ways I'm still a scared little boy, and a way to deal with that is like, oh, give me control over things so I can make sure that if I have control, then I can make it so that there's nothing for me to be, you know, scared of. All right, fine. That's, say what you will about how healthy that is as a coping mechanism. That's where I'm at. Moving on. Listen, I'm here to be real. Why not? But so, like, this has given me a chance to, like, be able to do this sort of, you know, mostly one-sided or, like, again, sort of, not groomed. That word has other connotations in today's world. But, like you know what I mean? Like, I feel like first I can make a, you know, if not failures in socializing, then just, like, the bad experience I've had with socializing, I can sort of, like, create a space where those don't happen, and that lets me just go and, like, have a certain amount of practice. You know, maybe I don't get the practice of how to deal with people who respond badly, and that's sort of what I need most, but at least I'm building a muscle memory for, like, doing the talking part, which is something that I've sort of been scared out of doing for a long time. So, like, I don't know, I think it is helping. It is making me more comfortable doing the socializing, even if maybe I still need to, you know, get practice and learn techniques for dealing with when it goes wrong. Honestly, I think it would go wrong less, or I would have less negative experiences if more people learned whatever lessons it seemed I learned. So going back to the thing I was just, you know, sidebarring about, of, like, you know, if a miscommunication happens, do you say, oh, that is my mistake, let me communicate it again? Or do you say, oh, that is your mistake, you just didn't hear me? Because if you do the latter, I feel you're a jerk. Like there's that feeling of like socially working together, socially like social compromise is just like, okay, let's all take blame onto ourselves and nobody do the punishing, and then like there's something there where it's just like I don't know, it's something I feel with my gut more. I'm trying to like work out the thoughts on it live, but it's very much like if you are first if your like first gut reaction is to be willing to admit and make up for mistakes, whether or not you're wrong, if you know first and foremost have that willingness, when that's mutual, things tend to go very smoothly and things can be fixed, and a lot of things become easier because, you know, and you know, that's what I'm saying here. Part of it is like, you know, so me having had bad experiences, I now have the sense of just like, the thing I just said or the thing I was about to say is the kind of thing that would be misinterpreted, or I am not saying in a way that conveys it the way that I mean it. It loses the meaning in the specific words I picked, however you want to lay that blame. But it is this idea of like, by not having a live audience, I get the chance to like, or even just having like a synchronous audience, you know, like if you're catching these on the archive or something like that, like you could jump to you know, the comments to give me shit right away, or you know, but by the time you write that, I've now had a chance. I have not been interrupted. I have not had to deal with you doing that live, and I've had a chance to maybe, you know, reconsider or rephrase or, you know, preemptively apologize and just being like, no, that's not what I meant. Like I've already done that this stream. And that's the thing. There are some people who are just like so ready to jump down your throat for the thing you immediately said that like you don't get that chance. And it's just like I'm always ready to give people the benefit of the doubt. I was thinking about this earlier, but like the way I usually approach these things is like, I'll give people the benefit of the doubt, but also like ask questions to let them prove themselves to be a jerk. And then, you know, I don't give them any more credit after that. But it's just like, okay, you just said this thing, and you might mean this, or you might mean this. Which one did you mean? When, you know, hide the part that's like, if you meant this, you're a jerk. If you meant this, then okay, there was a miscommunication and we can come to terms. And then whichever one they point at, if they say, no, I meant the one where I'm being a jerk, just like, oh, okay, cool. Now I'm confident you're a jerk because you told me that you're a jerk, and I don't have to feel bad to not give you credit anymore. You're a jerk, right? I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. If somebody, you know, I'll give people the opportunity to say, to let me know whether they are or aren't a jerk in their own terms, in some sense, and then it's like, oh no, I'm a jerk, and it's like, oh okay, then I'm done with you. It's fine. Let's not continue this, because it's not going to be good for either of us. Because like, oh, now that I know you're a jerk, I'm not gonna be nice. Like, you shouldn't hang out with me anymore either. I think you're a jerk. All right, cool. Because then even with a jerk, you can sort of like have a amicable separation. Is that the phrase here? It's like, oh, you're a jerk and I don't like a jerk. Oh, we're done here. Oh, that's great. That's great. We're done here. It's good to know. Oops. I don't know. But yeah, so in a year of doing this, I feel I've gotten better at these things, and I think the specific way I've been doing these shows, some people who hang out, people who watch the archives, you're part of the experience of this show. If you want to get into that discussion about a work of art hasn't completed its lifespan until it has been viewed by an audience, that means, you know, an audience is required for the full process of art. In that case, you help with it. You help bring it to fruition. I'm pretty down with that. For the most part, I'm down with that concept. Okay, I died in here last time, right? Right, because then this is a pretty cool room. In retrospect, now that we're back here, I think I like this room. Because notice that it's not the perfect checkerboard; it's the like grid checkers. It's a good look. I do like a checkerboard, but this is also a pretty good look. Where was I going with any of it? Oh, I do have this. That's good to know. What am I gonna want to get in there? You know, maybe I'll leave a lot of these. Okay. So this is the back wall. Yes, it's a back wall, not even the key itself. Okay, how about actually, as they spawn in, rockets, because they spawn in with enough room that I don't have to worry about splash damage. Good, they're fighting. If I can keep most of this clean, then I only have to work about blocking line of sight to the Revenant up top. He didn't go down with that shot. No, these are Revenants. Archvile? Archvile. Yeah, and now I can just hide here for a minute. What else has happened in the air? Yeah, what else is going on in the news? See, no problem. Oh, a little burpee. A little burpee from my neon juice. I don't know. Everybody's tired, you know? It's just... Oh, this is going to be somewhere new. No, it's not. It's just going to dump us back here. Wait, why did... Jump across. Gotcha. PAX East is rad because it's nearby. Like, I know y'all are... Whoa, I need to leave that room. I believe y'all are, like, more north of where we are. No, you know what? I don't know the way states are arranged. Don't trust me about locations. PAX East is fun. Like I'm the crazy person who well, so it's fun for us because like we can hop pretty quickly to Port Authority in New York City, and then from there take the train. And honestly, like, it's a 3-hour train ride, but it's really nice. Not having to do the driving ourselves is pretty nice, and like, I don't know, it's kind of scenic. If you feel you need more time to listen to podcasts in your life, let me tell you about taking a nice train ride. Yeah, I lived in the city till I was like 10, and now we're still in New York, but a couple hours north. It's not bad. This is a surprisingly red section of New York. Maybe that's part of why I don't like to go out around here. Oh hey, got you both here. I want to say 13 was the first time we went. and then we didn't go for a couple of years, and then we've been to like the last two. Um, we also went to Unplugged in Philly, and I would like to go back to that one just to spend more time in Philly. I went all the way to Philly and did not get a cheesesteak, and I feel that uh, I have made a mistake. I have dishonored my food monster heritage. Is how that makes me feel. Did go and get pizza the trip we took to Seattle. I've really not been out of state much. Um, but yeah, no, PAX is what do I go to PAX for? I'm the crazy person. I know the advice is, you know, oh, when you go into town for the convention, don't just go to the convention, walk around the city, see the city, and like, yeah, that's cool. But I am the crazy person where it's just like, no, I'm looking at the schedule and there's like panels that I want to check out all day, whether because they just look fun or because they just look, you know, maybe interesting, or maybe somebody's running the panel and I can have a chance to talk to them afterwards. I did, man, actually, like, still sort of a pride point was when the Waypoint crew did their live lore reason segment. They used my some fan art I did in the presentation slides, and like, that was cool. That was rad as hell. That was that's a pride point. I mean, felt samey. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Honestly, like, my favorite part is definitely like just walking the floor and seeing all the games and like spending time. What do you call it? Like when I was there last time, I was like, you know, walking the floor, walking around to all the like the indie booths, and like actually stopping to talk with devs and just being like, hey, like, you know, what are you doing with this? What you're playing with this? This is really cool. I stopped and talked with I'm so bad with names. I want to say with Simon of Three Fields, the people doing Dangerous Driving, sort of after I feel bad because I don't want to misrepresent their history, because I don't know it that well, because I don't pay attention to what people do. I pay attention to the art, not the artist. Maybe that's an issue with me, but that's just how I am. But like, you know, they, you know, X-Criterion people worked on like the Burnout games, and then they're like, well, what if we just do that again? And they've been working through it, and like, they're cool people and they have cool ideas, and like, got to see the new game running on the Switch and try that, and it's just like, it's like, you know, maybe that works better for me because like, it wasn't, you know, it was running, and that was impressive. It was like, it's like, oh, this needs a lot of cleanup, and I can like, you know, I've worked on games a little bit at school and a little bit, you know, as a hobby, and I'm just like, oh yeah, no, like, of course this needs help, but for what it is, for the point it's currently at, that's still impressive. So maybe that works better for me, and that's not something that like everybody is interested in, but like, or it isn't as exciting for everybody. But just like being able to go there and talk and just be like, hey, so like what are you doing here? What was the inspiration? What's going on here? And like get cool questions. That's so cool. And I also like it, like, I took a lot of pictures because like sometimes there's like great ideas. What was the one? We played a game, and it's not something I picked up. I think it is out now. I think I got a... Whoops. Stop. Wow, okay. I picked the worst place to stop and talk. I'm going to bring us back to this camera for a hot second. Because I think like before it was even in access, here's my pin board. Which, let me just show that off for a minute, because I love everything about it. Let's see here. Where's my finger? I got to stop and talk. This was a pin. They were making a game where all the profits from the game and the merch sales was like going to animal shelters, so I had to support that. But this one we got to check out a game called Bacon Switch, which you may have like heard of by now, because I think now you can get it on Steam. But this was like before anyone else could play it. We got a chance to like sit down and play it and learn about it. Yeah, no, I just joined the Melon Pin Club tier, so I went to the secret shop and I got these are the Schrodinger cats, and this is the Snow Angel, which is really super cute. I was so mad that I wasn't in to get that. And I got another one, and I got the jellyfish. I don't know where this pin, the Baffling with Bullshit, came from. That very long ago. Oh gosh, who's the artist on this? Oh gosh, is that Pion? I forget. But that one's really cool. Also, oh boy, I'm working backwards here. This cute guy. That's like an actual IC chip with googly eyes on it. That one's rad. Where is it? Where is it? Oof. Well, sorry. This one. This is a cat that Joe brought me back from the Natural History Museum, I want to say. This Gundam pin, I forget exactly where I got it, but this was the one. You can see how yellow it is because I got that, you know. This was one of the first like real pins I actually remember getting. And I got it for building Gunpla, and like, hell yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I love Gunpla. I love giant cartoon robots. Munch Squad, yep. No, I've been doing the supporting the Maximum Fun, mostly McElroy podcasts. I know that you know some people are like sick of them by now, and like are just like, oh, you know, they're not actually great representative whatevers, or like you know, they're performative allies, or I don't even know what the arguments is, because like the way that I keep looking at it is like there's three, you know, self-admitted dumbass white boys from West Virginia. The fact that like, yeah, they may be like failing at times to be like perfect allies, but like, holy shit, they are the best possible case scenario, is that like they mess up, but like they're trying. Like, you could do so much worse. Wow. And so, you know, I'm not saying people have to like them. I'm just saying like I can't figure out how to hate them, because like daily I feel I see, you know, examples of how white boys can turn out so much worse, and it's just like, thank God, you know, these are some of the good ones. Oh. Anyway, Adventure Zone was cool. I was sad they lost me. Like, I'm still getting the graphic novels; those are really good. I feel like they lost me a little bit near the end of that, when like right around when they knew, you know, too well what was going on. The live shows, I'll still listen to those for Adventure Zone, because it's just like, yeah, let's do something short, goofy, fun. But that's also how I feel about like RPG podcasts anyway. Give me something goofy. Oh. Hey, are we playing a video game here? I forget. Where are we at? Alright, this is a blue door. I have a blue key. Let's do it. Oh, that's not a blue door. That's a red door. Anyway, hey, this is the thing. Wow, is this gonna be... No, these usually are teleporters onto the ships. I love that we've gone through all of that and finally walked back around to the beginning. But that's not it, because like that dude is still up there. Three. Boy, what did it? If you like the Provax, I don't know if you listen to well, yeah, so that would be your on Sawbones, but the Oh No, Ross and Carrie, that's the other like major one that I still listen to on Max Fun. Man, like without the commute, my podcast listening to has gone way down. And like, I don't know if I like feel bad that I'm behind on shows or what, but just like it used to be very much like, oh, thank goodness, you know, I found a new show to listen to. I have something else to fill my time with. But now it's just like, nah, I have too much that I enjoy that I can't. I can't. I'm so far behind on everything. Ross and Carrie are really good though, because honestly, because you know, you want to talk about going back and talking about like the kind of people that I like to keep in an audience, the kind of, you know, vibe that I like to sort of encourage in a community, about being like willing to be wrong, but also like, you know, letting other people tell you the story for themselves. Like I said, you know, McElroys are very like willing to admit that they're dumbasses who are wrong, and like are afraid to do wrong, but also know that they're going to do wrong, and so sort of live with anxiety about stuff like that. But also that was a pain field at the end there. But also like Ross and Carrie, they are very much the kind of people who they have a certain kind of like, they have like a certain like sense of humor that is like based on like a mindset that is very like observational and analytical, and like I would bet that they have the same kind of thing where like it takes a very specific kind of person to be on the same page as them, but also they are willing to be like, hey, here's what it is, tell me what your deal is, and you know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and let you tell me if you're a jerk. You know, they have that same sort of mindset. Oh, okay. Wait, so you're saying it's aliens? Now that you mention it, the masonry is way more precise than any Bronze Age culture should be able to produce. And the presence of Egyptian hieroglyphs in the Mojave Desert is a conundrum. And the presence of Egyptian hieroglyphs in the Mojave Desert is a conundrum with no easy answer. Not to mention the neon lights. Can you confirm the ancient astronaut hypothesis? It's time to blast off and find out. After all, the truth isn't down here. The truth is out there, in outer space. Oh, okay, so I guess we're just leaving now. Oh, that was the end of the first episode. Man, I can see why I didn't do that the first time around. Oh, man, I have not watched A Strong Bad in a long time. There's like a... I mean, so, okay, so, like, it's... Acceptable is weird. Like, I usually like it when it's less about, like, you know, like, acceptable, but maybe, like, moral? Like, you know, it's like, okay, what are your standards? Like, it's no problem for you to be different. It is a problem for you to be a jerk. So I have no problem of, like, making fun of jerks, right? Like, again, that's the main reason that I like 24, right? I know that that's a thing that I say and suddenly people worry and go, uh-oh, but like, okay, so the thing that I like about 24, and let me just bring it back since we're between episodes anyway, is that Jack Bauer is a terrible person. I don't think he is like a role model. But like, I don't think he's a role model. I don't think he's a hero. I don't think he is like it is that fine line of like there is that kind of thing where like he is doing something important, but he's becoming a monster in the process. Or like it's one of those things like, hey, there's an important function that must be done, but it takes a monster to do it, and none of us should really, you know, strive to be a monster. Like that's sort of the thing there. Like you're not supposed to approve of Jack Bauer. I get that. But the function that he serves is that everyone around him is being like a selfish, violent, you know, uncaring, hostile. Like, everyone around him is being some sort of like punishable jerk, and by being the biggest monster, he is the one who doles out punishment to everyone else who deserves it. He is not a hero for this. He is the worst one. But watching everyone who deserves it, you know, watching everybody else who's doing like being irreprehensible get comeuppance, that is so satisfying. I don't want to be Jack Bauer. I would hope Jack Bauers don't exist, but like in a world where like those medium jerks all exist, you know, it is nice to see that it's like, no, the joke of this show is, what if there was somebody worse than all of the other jerks and they delivered? Like I don't know if that's like it's kind of a joke, because like, you know, you don't necessarily see it happen. Like normally it's just like, oh, the joke is that like, it's like, oh, the hero fights against the bad guy and the bad guy gets what's coming to him in the end. The joke of 24 is like, it's like, oh, I'm going to be a bigger bad guy. Like I'm going to be the hero because I'm beating the bad guys, but I'm also, you know, I'm an even bigger monster in order to do that, right? So like, don't strive to be him, but it is nice to see somebody doing what he's doing. Like it's a really weird thing. Also, Kiefer's got some good double takes in that show. I'm sorry, just like for how ridiculous it has to make the stakes, it basically becomes a cartoon by season 3 of 9. And so like there are times where it's just like when they have the, like, you know, the end of a Metal Gear game, that's right, Mr. President, and then you just like, and then you watch Kiefer hear it and he's just like, what? And like you can hear like Scooby-Doo kaboing noises happening in your head to those face. That part's pretty good. Oh, somebody needs to do like a 24 bridge the way that they did like a Yu-Gi-Oh bridge. That would maybe be like the ideal version of that. But right, but the point of all that is like the reason is like, it's still sort of like, you know, they talk about like good comedy punches up. Good comedy is sort of like moral and just in that way, is that it always targets those in power, because if you punch those who aren't in power, you're a jerk. If you punch those who are in power, you're a balancing force, right? It's kind of why that works, why that rule is there. But you know, like the way that it, like, I think it's like punching up, but also if you're at least punching jerks, and it just usually works out that the people with power are the ones who have the power to be jerks in a lot of situations. So like those kind of go hand in hand, and you can sort of fudge it that way, I find. Boy, I'm just talking a lot, so I could just end it here since we hit the end of the episode. I think we only did 2 levels though. Nah, let's do like one more episode here. I'll stop talking about 24 now. Could I do like a 24 watch through? No, I won't do that. I do follow a Strong Bad account. It's pretty good. What are we doing here? Applied Einstein. God, 24 watch party. Okay, first of all, this is a pretty good looking start. Let's save here. Okay, so this is going to be pistol start anyway. Okay, so before I watch 24, my first season of 24, his wife gets kidnapped by the bad guys, gets amnesia, and then gets kidnapped by a bobcat. Forget season 3, 24 has always been sort of a cartoon. That's right. Okay, there's a land down there. I thought that was just floating in space and just taunting us. Oh, hey, we in space now. Yo, if this is gonna change it, and this episode is gonna be like just just like neon space architecture without the like faux carved ancient stuff. This is gonna be rad as hell. Oh no, this is gonna be rad. We're gonna have to wait what, another year before playing the third episode. The problem that I had with not the problem that I had, my mistake is that I thought that 24 each season was consecutive 24 hours and not, you know, single days that had years in between. So I was gonna be like, hey, how come like the third season of 24 isn't just Jack Bauer just falling asleep at his desk and taking a nap for 6 straight episodes, you know? It's what it is fine, but that was my expectation, so I was a little disappointed when I finally watched it. Oops. Did you really miss me there, dude? Wow. What? Okay. I thought maybe I lived here now. Clang. Okay. Anything here? Clang. Here? No. Nope. I've been thinking about doing a 24 rewatch. I don't know. Worth it is maybe the wrong word, but so put this and run. Is there anything interesting down at the end? What is this wall? Yellow key. Okay. No, because the yellow key is right there. Okay. Is that button gonna lower this thing? No, it does lower the middle there. Okay, got it. Here. Perfect. Whoa! Whoa! That's new! Wow! We got predators on the ship. Alright, that's cool. Got some enemies, I'm into it. Hey, how come part of your ship over here is flooded? Hey, how come your ship has earth chain guns on it? Oops. Man, they're shooting plasma. That's not very fast, and they don't have a lot of health, but that's I kind of like that balance. They are glass cannons. Yeah, and they're transparent too, so yeah, they're glass cannons. That's cool. You know, I've talked a bit on other episodes about like how one of the nice things about, you know, Doom and Doom WAD is that there is a very established like player and enemy power curve to like follow, and that gives you a structure for designing maps to play with. But what is that spinning up there? I'm afraid to touch anything in this room. Oh, but do I wanna? No, this isn't a drop. Is this a drop? No, that's steps. Okay. I like how this one's just parked. Oh, and there's the yellow one. All right, so we did show up on the yellow one. Good. Oh, I like that. I love the way this looks, honestly. I can hang out all day, dude. The height of 1995 melee FPS gameplay technology. Just touch them and jitter around a bit. So I touch that. I'm gonna guess this gets us back out of here. Oh, but somewhere else. Oh, we went somewhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have neither rocket, nor super, nor plasma. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. That's a cool way of doing it. Like, implying travel. Ooh, rocket launcher. I do want one of those. No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving on a glacier. That's from DooM. Or, Duke 3D. That's from Duke 3D. That's a Duke 3D switch. I can't get over that. Listen, I can recognize Duke 3D textures up there. The switches. A secret is revealed. Okay. Nope. Hey, what did I do here? Did I just pick up a rocket and I hit a switch over there? What did that switch do? Was it something or not? Oh, this is a different one. Listen, dude, you want to go? Shoot. All right. Oh, I betcha. Whoop, whoop. Oh, maybe it is actually the same internal ship. I bet you the teleporter just, because it's not the square, it's the edges of the square, I bet this side and that side teleport you to the different zones. That's cool. And then you hit the switch and it switches which one you're at, and that's how you fade movement. That reads really well, I gotta admit. Wait, I did get a rocket launcher. I don't know how many rockets I have. 1, 2, 3. Ow. 1, 2. Okay. And we're still over 100 health. Good, 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 good. Something left to check. Usually that's red key. Do we get a red key? We didn't get a red key yet, so maybe... Right, the red key's over on the thing. Oh, it lowered now. I didn't notice it because there were monsters to contend with. And also, it lowered it, so it got a little hidden. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, nice level. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. Oh! What are you? Okay, you're flying revenants. Okay, I hate that. Congratulations, you created something that I really hate. Is that SGA? I don't believe so. I also don't think it's a relic, but honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Is that a recolor of a Wolf 3D door? All right. You know what? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited at the idea that we have a see, we're right here. Let's go back. I'm really excited that we're in this new era. Maybe I won't wait a year before coming back. You know, I try to keep this whole thing like novel and fresh, and like, you know, when it came to like the Golden Souls WADs, I was really interested in them, and I just wanted to play through it just for, you know, like my own fun and my own enjoyment. But in terms of like making a show out of this, I've been trying to like find different things and find WADs that are like taking a novel approach or showing a novel environment, and this one definitely does that. But also, like, you know, it's like, hey, this one novel environment, we're not doing like a deep dive on it, we're trying to do wide. So like that's why I did a whole lot of these where it's just like, you know, we can come back to these and see more of the levels, but sort of seeing the, you know, spreading it to WADs that have, you know, seeing 12 levels on the same take, I think is less interesting than seeing, you know, 4 different takes in the same span, right? So that's why, you know, for all the things we've seen, we haven't come back to too many of them. Something like Mario, at least, and actually the Sonic Robo Blast, because that one, I could check out the individual levels in those 2 in particular are like, you know, because they come from that like classic platformer world map, Wild Zones. Each map is like wildly different visually and sometimes mechanically to each other. Whereas a lot of the WADs we look at, it's just like, hey, in this WAD I'm doing Castle in a Void, and then it is like 6 levels of that, and like you know, it's kind of what I say, like I prefer a game, you know, something like Deadwire. I think Deadwire was really good because it was like, I have this thing, I have this gimmick, I have this tone that I'm going for, I'm gonna get in, do it, and get out, and not feel the need to stretch it to like, you know, 8 levels. Because you look at when we did Finely Crafted Fetish Film, right? That was really, that had like 1 level that was like unique looking, had like a really interesting like mechanical puzzle that we did, had a couple of interesting visuals and spaces, but what, we played like 3 or 4 levels of that, and after the first one, it didn't do too much different, and it sort of, you know, wore out its welcome. So some of these things, like, they were out their welcome, and like, if I had the time in my week to like do a much sort of deeper curation, I might say like do these WADs and just play individual levels instead of jumping in and looking at the WAD as a whole, and something like that. But also, like, in order to do that, I would have to know which specific levels to look at, so I'd have to play them ahead of time, and then we don't get to learn them together. And I really like, you know, that we're getting fresh, you know, that I'm able to give you, you know, fresh takes on these, rather than me just being like, I already know this is good, let's see it. Like, so sort of the mix of like, hey, now that it's hitting me fresh, here's what's catching my eye about it. I think that's a really good, you know, knowing what the strong first impression is useful. Even if, you know, playing it 4 times, I could pick out more details or have more like completed thoughts about it. Sometimes that, like, because, you know, if you're gonna make something short, you know, figure out what hits strongest about your thing, and then polish, cut out anything that doesn't support that one thing. Then you can have something that's short and strong that will catch people's attention, and not ask them for too much. Sometimes you're just like, it's like, well, I had this one strong thing, but then I gotta fill up time, and we gotta get this on, and it's just like, well, now you just like, I like, or like Bauhaus. Bauhaus I thought was really interesting because the way that one worked was, it kind of said like, I know what this one thing is. It's these like house designs, and it was like only 4 maps long because it had 4 things to say, and the 4 things were pretty different from each other, but still thematic. But none of it was like filler, and you can make good filler, but like you shouldn't set out to make good filler. Like if you need filler, you can make it good, but if you're in control of, like, if the length of it is in your control, just make something short. That's fine. I don't know. This has been a year of seeing a lot of things, some troubles. Definitely doing this has also made it a lot easier to like be in like stream mode when it comes to like running Jackbox games for holidays. My birthday and New Year's we did Jackbox, and doing the Extra Life streams. I think I got a little more ambitious with this year's compared to last year's, because I had like, there was one day where I had to use like 3 different capture cards to get all the things that we were working with. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long year, but this has been fun. And I've been thinking, like, again, I got my vaccination scheduled. I'm lucky about that. I'm happy about that. It's gonna make me feel a little better. I'm not gonna feel actually good until, again, like some high population percentage has been vaccinated. That's really the goal. Just, like, do your individual part, but really what we're all watching for is what everyone does, how far everyone gets as a group. But like I'm definitely asking myself, like, this show, I started doing it well, partly because when we moved to working from home, before I was let go because of COVID, the idea was like, oh, we're home, I have time that I can dedicate to doing a stream like this, and because I'm without going out and without the ordeal of putting on work pants, I have more energy in the week, and I have the energy to run a stream like this. But also it has been a thing about like, right, we're stuck at home, we need to go places, we need to see something new and interesting, and this has been, very much to scratch that itch. But like, if we're coming up on getting to the point where like we can go back out and see new interesting places in the real world again, like, is this show still going to have a space? Is this show going to be serving that purpose for anybody? Is it going to become a show where like people who already know fun, interesting Doom WADs just give me a list to run down and we just like archive a viewing of all of them? I don't know. Also, I'm going to have to get a job again as soon as that's a safe and rational thing to do, and like I have no idea what that's gonna do to my ability to time streams, because as much fun as I've had with this and as helpful as it's been, I don't think it's really like, this is not a career path for me yet, I'll be honest. That would be cool. I would love to get a job doing stuff like this, like doing video production. And that's why it's been helpful to do socializing, because like more than 75% of jobs are gotten through networking, not through turning in a resume blindly. Like, you also have to turn in a resume, but if you know somebody who knows somebody who can say your name to the right person, then your resume is at the top of that stack, and that's pretty much how it gets done. Most of the time, it is more rare for it to be just like throw it in and get it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep doing it for the time being because, like, you know, tomorrow I get my first dose of the vaccine. A couple of weeks till the second dose. 2 weeks after that, and even then I'm vaccinated. But we're watching for percentages, and I don't know. Even if I keep doing a stream, the idea is like, do I change? Do I end the show and then just keep doing Wednesday streams? Do we look at other games? What else would we do? Is this something people want to see? Like, thanks. Yeah, I'm in a. I have a comorbidity. This you know, pinnacle of the human experience counts as obese by BMI because BMI is nonsense. But hey, if it's gonna help me out here, I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know. I like playing Doom. I would almost just turn it into like a weekly like build Doom stream. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm definitely thinking about it. It's been long enough. Yeah, and right now I don't really know what else to say. Other than thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me as long as you've been around watching. Thank you if you're watching this on the archives. And let me wrap up the show by saying, for the time being still, stay home as much as you can. If you do have to go out, wear a mask. Wash your hands more than you usually do. You should still be doing that anyway. You know, neutrality sides with the oppressor. Help where you can, especially if helping doesn't involve attacking. And the rule that underlines all of these is take care of one another. See you next week.